ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಮಿತ್ರರೇ, ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತು ಸೆಷನ್ 14 ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ನ ಸೆಷನ್ 14 ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ನಾವು ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಸೆಷನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 14 ಈ ಒಂದು ತರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ರಿವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ನಾವು ಏನೇನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ನಾವೇನು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ಒಂದು ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಗ್ಲಾನ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಇಟ್. ಒಂದು ಸರಿ ಪುನಃ ಒಂದು ಸರಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಯಾವ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಗ್ಲಾನ್ಸನ್ನು ಇದು ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಲೆಸನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ 1 ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇನಲ್ಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 14th ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ in which we are going to revise the concept which we have covered till now. From the beginning, means from the session 8, we have studied about the volumetric strain, the concept of volumetric strain and the definition of volumetric strain. Volumetric strain andre ನಾವು ಅದರ ಡೆಫಿನಿಷನ್ ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. and even we have derived one mathematical expression to find out the volumetric strain of rectangular bar which is subjected to tensile force. ಒಂದು ರೆಕ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಬಾರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಟೆನ್ಸೈಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದರಲ್ಲ ಆಗಂತ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಮೆಷರ್ ಇನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮೆಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಇಂದ ನಾವು ಮೆಷರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ ಒಂದು ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮೆಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ಡಿರೈವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಈಸಿ ಆಗೋ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ನಾವು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. in the next session number 8 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, once again it is also volumetric strain of cylindrical rod subjected to tension. ಸೆಷನ್ 8 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮೆಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆಕ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ರಾಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದರದೊಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಸಹ ನಾವು ಡಿರೈವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಟು ದಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್ 9 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ನಾವು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆಕ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಬಾರ್ ಬದಲು ಸಿಲಿಂಡ್ರಿಕಲ್ ರಾಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಟೆನ್ಸೈಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದೇ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ವೈಸ್ ಹೇಗೆ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈವನ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡಿರೈವ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ದಿ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮೆಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಸಿಲಿಂಡ್ರಿಕಲ್ ರಾಡ್, ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈವನ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಇಟ್. ಸಿಲಿಂಡ್ರಿಕಲ್ ರಾಡ್ ಮೇಲೂ ಸಹ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ next coming to the session number 10, in which in detail we have studied the stress strain diagram for ductile material, brittle material and its salient feature. This is very important concept in this chapter number 1, because even on session 10 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ, for our engineering applications we need to select the appropriate material for our applications. Therefore, before selecting the material we should know its properties. That too, its some of the important properties like these yield stress irbodu, ultimate stress irbodu. Based on these values we are going to decide which material we need to select and how we can design for our engineering applications. Therefore, stress strain diagram for ductile material anna in detail agi based on the different regions, how the material is going to behave and how we are going to load and how we have got that standard stress strain diagram, those things we have studied. And even this concept is well understood in your MTQC lab when you conduct the tensile experiment in your universal testing machine. Then you will realize how exactly the material is going to behave and how you are going to get those different points. It may be elastic limit, upper yield point agirbodu, lower yield point agirbodu, ultimate point agirbodu and breaking point. How exactly you will be getting, like what we have mentioned in the presentation or in that class. Similar way you will be getting. In the meantime, we have also understood the concept of stress strain diagram for even brittle material. For example, cast iron, how differently it will be from a ductile material, how it will behave, and without much deformation suddenly it is going to fail or it is going to rupture. That is the stress strain diagram what we have studied. and even we have seen the simple examples for brittle materials are it may be a cast iron irbodu illa carbon fiber irbodu, even like ductile material, brittle materials these are the hard materials. Even these materials also it will be useful in our engineering day-to-day applications. Later in the session number 11 we have seen the problems on stress strain diagram. These problems are very important and useful because using the same mathematical expressions you are going to calculate the different parameters here in strength of materials as well as in the MTQC lab in the detailed experiment. Using the same formula you are going to calculate the different parameters. That's why it will be useful both in strength of material as well as in MTQC lab. That's why these formulas are very important. In the previous class we have seen the expression for maybe for yield stress, ultimate stress, percentage reduction in the area, percentage elongation, and even we have seen the expression for factor of safety. Though using those formulas and using the basic Young's modulus formula, we are going to calculate those parameters, and we will understand what is the amount of percentage elongation, percentage reduction, and even we will come to know what is the maximum stress induced in the material. All those things we can be understood after solving the problems on stress strain diagram. And in the same session we have also seen the thermal stress and strain, how these thermal stresses are going to induce, how a material will behave when it is exposed to difference in temperature. Either there may be an increase in temperature or there may be a decrease in temperature. If it is free to expand a contact, it is going to expand a contact without inducing any stresses. But whenever we restrict the movement of the material, then only the stresses are going to induce. That we have understood in that session on the concept of thermal stress and strain. In the later session number 12 we have solved one problem on thermal stress also. Those are the simple problems. We can find out using that expression what we derived in the previous class. And even in the session number 12 we have discussed the stresses in thin cylindrical cell. What type of stresses are going to induce in the thin cylindrical cell, and even we have studied the circumferential or hoop stress in that class, and even we have derived one expression for that circumferential or hoop stress. Coming to the session number 13, that is in that class we have studied the longitudinal stress and problems on thin cylinders. Similar to circumferential stress, longitudinal stress is also one type of stress which is going to induce in the thin cylinders. We have studied that in detail, and even we have derived one mathematical expression for that to determine the longitudinal stress in a cylindrical member. And based on the above two mathematical expressions, we have solved one problem to find out the circumferential stress and the longitudinal stress. Moving on, here we are having a few questions. Even some of these questions might have been covered in your previous sessions, but once again I am going through that. These are the questions which will be usually asked even in your maybe your internal assessment or external exams. Define maximum stress and factor of safety. As the question itself indicates, maximum stress means at what point we are reaching the maximum stress, that we need to define. And even factor of safety, already even in the class also I have told, factor of safety is very important concept in designing any component or part. For any component, irrespective of any component, we used to take a factor of safety. then only we will get the allowable or design stress. Only for that stress only we are going to design the parts. We are not going to design the parts till the for the yield stress of the material or ultimate stress of the material. We are going to adopt some factor of safety. By adopting that factor of safety, we are going to get the design or allowable stress. Only for that stress only we are going to design the components. That is way in which you have to explain both the concept for the question number 1. In the question number 2, it is explain thermal stress and volumetric strain. Here briefly you need to explain what do you mean by thermal stresses, how they are going to induce in the material, why they are going to induce in the material. In the same way, what is the definition of volumetric strain, how it is going to occur, you have to explain for the question number 2. In question number 3, it is explain hoop stress and longitudinal stress in thin cylindrical cells. I have already explained how the hoop stress is going to induce in the thin cylindrical cell, and in the similar way longitudinal stress is also going to induce in the cylindrical cell. Even I have given two diagrams to differentiate how is hoop stress is going to act and how this longitudinal stress is going to act. Even if you write that diagram, it will be having more clarity. And the question number 4, which states that explain stress strain diagram for ductile material with all parameters. As I have already explained, you need to reproduce the stress strain diagram as I have mentioned, because that is the standard stress strain diagram which we have got while conducting the experiment at standard operating conditions. And the 5th question is once again the stress strain diagram for brittle material. I have already, that also I have explained in the class. You need to reproduce the same diagram and you need to explain few points on it. Assignment problem 1. All the problems are whatever concept we have covered on that. Once again, still I will just go through on it. A bar of steel 1 meter long, 50 mm wide, 10 mm thickness is subjected to axial load of 10 kN in the direction of its length. Find the changes in length, width and thickness of the volume. Definitely it is a problem on volumetric strain of rectangular bar. He has given different parameters. He has given the length, width and thickness and even the axial load which is acting on it. We need to find the length, width, thickness change and volume change. Here sometimes problems like this it may not be giving the Poisson's ratio and Young's modulus, which is essentially required for us. Therefore sometimes we need to assume those two for the mild steel. Then only we can solve the problem. Like this situation, sometimes it's necessary to assume few parameters if it is missing in the questions, like this. Question number 2 is a steel rod 3 mm long, 50 mm diameter is subjected to an axial tensile load of 100 kN. Determine the change in length, diameter and volume of the rod. Take E is equal to 200 kN per millimeter square and Poisson's ratio is 0.3. See, in this problem, similar to the previous problem, the only difference is here this problem is on volumetric strain of cylindrical rod, because he has given the diameter and length. In the previous case, he was given the length, width, thickness. Therefore, it is the problem on say rectangular bar. Here, Young's modulus and Poisson's ratio he has already given. Therefore, no need to assume. Therefore, for the previous problem, we can assume Young's modulus is here same to 200 kN per mm square and Poisson's ratio as 0.3 or 0.25. You can assume for the previous problem. Next problem is this problem is on stress strain diagram for ductile material or the experiment which you are going to conduct in your MTQC lab. Once again, in detail, he has given diameter of the specimen, gauge length of the specimen, final length, final diameter, yield load, ultimate load, and we need to find out the yield stress, ultimate tensile stress, percentage elongation and percentage reduction in area. Similar problem we have solved in our class. In the similar way, in the same way, here you need to solve the problem. Already ನಾವು ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದೇ ಥರ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡೇಟಾಗಳು ಓನ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯೂಮರಿಕಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬೇರೆ ಇದೆ. ಆ ನ್ಯೂಮರಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಅಪ್ರಾಪ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಬೈ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ನಾವು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಆನ್ಸರು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ is it's like this: an aluminum alloy bar fixed at its both ends is heated through 20 degree Kelvin. Find the stress developed in the bar. Take modulus of elasticity and coefficient of linear expansion for the bar as bar material has 80 gigapascal and 24 into 10 raised to minus 6 per degree Kelvin. ಈ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಮು ಸಹ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಥರ್ಮಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಮೇಲಿದೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಮು. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಥರ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗಿದೆ, ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಯಂಗ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯುಲಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಥರ್ಮಲ್ ಕೊಯಿಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಥರ್ಮಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇಂಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಯಿತು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಈ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮಲ್ಲಿ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿ ಫಿಫ್ತ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಟೆನ್ಸೈಲ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಎ ಬ್ರಾಸ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಮನ್ 10 mm in diameter using a gauge length of 50 mm. When applying axial tensile load of 25 kN, it was observed that the distance between the gauge marks increases by 0.152 mm. Calculate modulus of elasticity of the bar. ಅಂದರೆ ಯಂಗ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯುಲಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಲೋಡ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಮನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಡಯಾಮೀಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಮನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯುಲಸ್ ಆಫ್ elasticity or Young's modulus. And problem number 6, a mild steel bar of 15 mm diameter was subjected to tensile test. The test bar was found to yield at a load of 90 kN and it attains maximum load of 180 kN and ultimately fails at a load of 67.5 kN. Determine the following tensile stress at the yield point, ultimate stress at the breaking point if the diameter of the neck is 7.5 mm. See, this problem is also tensile test experiment problem. Only thing is he has given in the sentence form, he has given load at yield load ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ, maximum load ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ, and breaking load ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ, and he has given the initial diameter and even he has given the diameter of the neck. We need to find out the different stress values. Question number 7, a bar of steel 1 mm long, 50 mm wide and 10 mm thickness is subjected to axial load of 10 kN in the direction of its length. Find the changes in length, width and thickness of the thickness and volume. Once again, here also it is the problem on volumetric strain of a rectangular bar. All the parameters are given. Using these parameters, you need to find out the changes in length, width and thickness and volume of the bar. And question number 8, a thin cylinder of internal diameter 1.25 meters contains a fluid at an internal pressure 2 Newton per millimeter square. Determine the maximum thickness of the cylinder if the circumferential stress is not to exceed 45 Newton per millimeter square, longitudinal stress is not to exceed 30 Newton per millimeter square. Therefore, we need to find the thickness of the cell with having the he has given the circumferential stress, maximum circumferential stress and longitudinal stress. Those values of by substituting these values we can find out the thickness of the cell. And once again, like in our previous classes, here also we are having few multiple choice questions. The question number 1, which of the following has no unit, whether it's a kinematic viscosity, surface tension, bulk modulus or strain. You can easily decide. Question number 2 is Poisson's ratio is defined as longitudinal stress to longitudinal strain, longitudinal stress to lateral stress, lateral stress to longitudinal stress, lateral stress to lateral strain. Question number 3 is the property of a material by virtue of which it can be beaten or rolled into plates is called. The process is called malleability, ductility, plasticity and elasticity. The ultimate tensile stress of mild steel compared to ultimate compressive stress is same, more, less, unpredictable. When a bar is cooled to minus 5 degrees centigrade, it will develop no stresses, shear stress, tensile stress, compressive stress. These are the key answers for our MCQ questions, whatever we have given. Now we have arrived to the end of the unit 1, that is simple stress and strain. We have covered all the topics relevant to unit 1, from volumetric strain to thin cylindrical cells, and even we have solved minimum number of problems on all the concepts wherever it is required, and even before that we have derived some mathematical expression to determine the unknown parameters. By this I will wish to conclude this unit number 1. For any doubts you can contact me through my mail. My email ID is punithkmr14@gmail.com. You can mail me or you can contact me. Thank you.